I used to think that buying a car was eventually something that adults just do. You graduate high school and then you get a job and you get your little starter car. And eventually, after a few years, you upgrade, you get a nicer car. And hopefully, you start working a better job, which makes you more money, and then you upgrade the car once again after a few years. Nobody ever asked if it was necessary or if the upgrades were necessary, but it was just assumed. You level up, so you level up. But one day I had a realization that changed how I completely think about money. And that realization was that I don't actually need a car. And that realization ended up changing my entire financial future. If you're new here, my name is Mario, and this is the Carless Millionaire. I'm building wealth without lifestyle inflation and documenting the journey in real time. The goal is simple: become a millionaire without owning a car. And I know it sounds crazy, but today I want to tell you about the day I realized I didn't need a car. And not because cars are bad, and I'm not saying everyone should sell their cars tomorrow and start walking to work and riding their bike to their jobs like I am, but because I discovered something bigger. Sometimes the things we think we need are the biggest obstacles that stand between us and our goals. And sometimes the things we own us. For most of my life, I've never questioned owning a vehicle. Everyone around me had one. It was a symbol of freedom. It was a symbol of you can get in your car and go wherever you want. You can get in your car, go to the beach right now if you wanted to. You can get in your car and go on a trip if you wanted to. I remember one time when I was 18, fresh out of high school, I had trouble finding a job. And one of my high school classmates posted on Facebook of them walking to their brand new car, holding the keys. And I remember feeling like, oh man, I'm not freaking doing anything with my life. I need to freaking do something. I need to level up. Like, look at them. They have this nice new car. They have a job. And here I am struggling to find a job. Like, what am I doing with my life? And I remember shortly after she posted something along the lines of, I freaking hate my job, but I like my car, so I guess I like my job. That was a tall tale sign, and I didn't know it at the time, of what she owned was actually owning her. But yeah, car ownership was never questioned because you see it everywhere. Your friends have cars, your family has cars, coworkers have cars. The message is very, very clear. Successful adults own vehicles, and if you don't have one, you're probably a bum. Not only that, many people upgrade consistently. Newer models, more features, more status, and bigger payments. Actually, one of my close friends was telling me a story that his coworker was so excited because he was so close to paying off his car. He was right there. A few months later, he finally paid it off. And about a week after him paying it off, guess who gave him a call? The dealership. Hey, this is so and so from XYZ dealership, and I was just giving you a call because I saw that you finished paying off your car, and I just want to congratulate you. Well deserved. How's the car running? How's everything? Everything going smooth, or does it have any minor problems, anything like that? A few dents, that's not a problem. Well, if you're not opposed to it, I'd love the opportunity to show you some of our newer models, get you something that's newer with newer features. And I'll talk to my manager about your current car. We'll ignore the dents and I'll make sure that we'll pay top dollar for that. How does that sound? I'd love to make sure we have time for you when you come in. So let's schedule an appointment today. How does Thursday at 2 p.m. sound? Does that sound good? My friend was telling me that his coworker was going back and forth, debating, considering, and ultimately was like, nah, you know what? I'm just going to hold on to my car for a bit. But guess what? He went to the appointment. And about 2 weeks later, he showed my friend the keys to his brand new car. So the payment cycle continued once again. But that's how we naturally think. We naturally think to improve. We deserve it. It'll make us look more successful. Personal finance isn't taught in schools. We don't learn it. Even me, when I was 20 years old, I remember wanting to buy a Dodge Charger with 22-inch rims. I thought it looked freaking amazing, and I thought it would make me look successful. Looking back, that decision would have crushed me financially. At the time, I was making less than $20,000 a year. I only had a part time job, and I would have been making monthly payments on something that was losing value every single month. But I didn't see it at the time. All I saw was an image. The realization didn't happen all at once. It happened gradually. It happened slowly. I started paying attention to my finances more. At the time, I still had my truck. My truck was a 1999 Chevy Silverado, and I had paid to get a new engine installed 3 years prior. I really enjoyed the simplicity of that truck, and I enjoyed that I wasn't making monthly payments on it. It felt like I had a newer, old truck, is what it felt like. The paint job was not good, but I just enjoyed the simplicity of it. So I was still good with my finances then. My credit cards had zero balances at the end of each month. I would pay for my phone bill for a whole year in advance so I wouldn't have to worry about the monthly payments. I didn't start investing yet, but I would read books on personal finance and investing. And when I was on this building and developing phase, I lost my truck. One day I had it, the next day I didn't. And when I lost my truck, I didn't get a new truck or vehicle right away because I was going to save some money and see what was going to happen with my truck, if it was going to get repaired or not by the insurance. So after being carless for like a month or two, I saw how much I wasn't spending on a car. I saw that I wasn't paying car insurance, gas, registration, maintenance, any of that stuff. And I was like, wait a minute, hold on. How much am I saving every single month? I don't have one. And what would happen if I invested this automatically every single month that I do not have a car? And if I were to buy a car, what problems am I trying to solve? Do I need the transportation or do I need a car specifically? Once I separated the two ideas, I realized that there were alternatives. Could I take the bus? Could I walk? Could I ride my bike? Could I hitch a ride? Not hitch a ride, but get a ride from a friend, someone I know. Can I plan things ahead? Was I willing to accept the occasional inconveniences or pay $600 a month for a car payment? Now I know every car isn't $600 a month, and I knew the car I would have gotten would not have been $600 a month. But for building purposes, I was going to assume that my car payment was the average or the highest it could be because I was paying for my future. I was building and I wanted to build as much as I possibly could. Plus, the car payment alone isn't the cost of the car. I made a whole video about it, but yeah, it's the car payment, the car insurance, the registration, taxes, fees, depreciation, a bunch of stuff. And depending on where you live, you have the traffic tickets, parking tickets, paying for parking, gas, and a bunch of other miscellaneous things. So, what ended up happening next? I made a decision. I would delay buying a vehicle, not forever, until it financially made sense. So I did that for a while, and I invested the difference and rode my bike for about 3 years. And I eventually invested up to my first $100,000. Then the idea hit me. Why don't I just keep going until I'm a millionaire? Why don't I document this journey, record videos, and upload them to YouTube? I already got to 100,000. I just have to do that 9 more times. There's $1 million out there waiting for me. I don't know how I'm going to get it, but I'm going to get it. Let me document this journey. And then the Carless Millionaire was born. Well, technically, I was born in the 90s, but you know what I mean. The YouTube channel, the Carless Millionaire, was born. And something interesting happened. When I started riding my bike to work, no one cared as much as I thought they did. And the people that judged me, they weren't paying my bills. They were not contributing to my investments. They weren't helping me reach my goals. The only person responsible for my financial future was me. The biggest lesson wasn't about cars, it was about questioning assumptions. Most people spend money because they think they're supposed to, not because they actually decided it's the best choice. A bigger house, a newer car, luxury items, the latest iPhone, none of those things are automatically bad. But when they are purchased out of habit instead of intention, they become dangerous. Today, I still like nice things. I still appreciate nice vehicles. But I've learned something more important. I'd rather own assets before liabilities. I would much rather have the cash flow before the expenses, and I'd much rather build freedom first. The day I realized I didn't need a car wasn't really about transportation. It was the day I realized I didn't have to follow the script that everyone else was following. That one decision helped me to focus on investing. It helped me avoid lifestyle inflation. Heck, I'd go as far to say that I reject lifestyle inflation. I choose lifestyle deflation, if anything. And it helped me build life around freedom instead of appearances. If you ever questioned a financial decision that everyone seems to accept, let me know in the comments section. I'd love to hear it. If you enjoyed this video, then please smash that like button for the YouTube algorithm. I'd greatly appreciate it. And if you're trying to build wealth without lifestyle inflation, then you're in the right place. Please subscribe to the Carless Millionaire YouTube account. If you like this video, I highly recommend you check out my previous video, realizing that most people are financing an image, because most people are. And I will see you next Tuesday with a brand new video.